Hey nerds, join us on Discord and hit that subscribe button.
Hi, I'm Flynn.
Zika.
Oma.
Kedek.
And I'm your DM, Seth. Welcome to Venture Forth. When last we left our heroes, after Kellick's revelation with the divine eminence of Lemire,
Yeah.
and his promotion to Ka'a within the temple, the group left the Altar of the Three and set about making final preparations before you all leave this evening to head into Wastes. First, you headed to the Temple of Laurus here in Westreach, where you met with one of the many acolytes and spent several hours poring over the information stored within the temple regarding the Wastes and Primordia itself. You learned of the general construction of the Sacred Octagon that you are on your way to, the general layout of Primordia before its destruction, and you also learned a little something additional about liches and phylacteries. You then split up, with some of the party headed across the street to Tialra's treasures, and Flynn staying within the temple to do a little bit of additional research before heading off in another direction. Seeker, Olma, and Kellick, you visited Tialra's treasures, a well-renowned magic shop with the powerful and well-connected proprietress Lethonel, and you did some shopping, and you picked up a variety of new toys, as well as received some hefty compensation for some of the items that you guys have long since carried.
We're so wealthy.
Yeah, you guys got so much money.
So much.
While and you guys exited the establishment. Meanwhile, back in the temple, Flynn stumbled upon an older male figure who introduced himself as Carthian. And after speaking with him for a time about magic and learning,
Just some guy.
just some dude, Carthian pointed Flynn in the direction of the Blue Ring to look for someone in particular by the name of Othirin. So we come back to, I would say that we'll come back to you guys real quickly first,
Okay.
because you guys have left the shop. You got your bags in hand.
and I did
all
want
your
to.
things.
I did want to just retcon. I guess that we got. I wanted to buy that cloak in retrospect. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
we're
you're
gonna
able to
How
put
much
back.
gold do you have?
like enough.
Enough. Are you
Yeah.
gonna buy it or do you want
A
help?
lot.
I want help. I think because I never have any money.
Gotcha.
How much was it again?
It's
It was
7,000
7K?
gold for
Yeah.
plus 2 cloak of protection, though.
Pretty.
So that is just as a
juicy.
reminder. Is plus 2 to armor class and all saving throws.
That's bazinga.
Quite good.
We need those monsters to stay with us for long.
Our healer alive.
Right. I want.
Right? Or also keep our
I want my
like,
dang angel. To
angels
stay
to stay.
Right.
for
The-
3 turns.
Mhm.
3 whole turns.
Yeah, that was tough with Fane. I felt so
You
bad. I'm
know,
like,
Two
he's
good
so
turns.
close.
Two good.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's literally built to destroy concentration. I felt so bad.
It was,
Anyway,
wait,
yes,
how much money
absolutely.
do you want from me?
all of it. All of it. Say all of it.
okay, so I
I am like all the millionaires in the world. I want to hoard my wealth.
There you go.
We know.
No one.
We don't know. We know.
Yeah,
We
that's
know,
right.
but we don't know.
I always forget.
halvesies.
Halvesies is
35,
fine.
35.
That's
Okay.
fine.
There you go. I forget that none of
So
the
that's just
AOR.
35
Yeah, we don't know
platinum,
that.
right?
Yeah, that
35
might-
platinum.
350 platinum. 350 platinum will get you to 700 platinum, which is 7,000 gold. Yeah, as you come in, Lethonel, buyer's remorse. And then
Hi, yeah, I just can't stop thinking about a certain glaive that I'd like to not experience again.
Well, very well, of course. I'm always happy to sell you more wares, dear. She goes over to the case and waves her hand, and you see as the glass panel in front of it kind of disappears, and she reaches in and takes it off very gently. Would you like to wear it out?
Hi. Yeah, and I'll sort of turn
Yeah.
to like, yeah.
And she again waves her hand, and it kind of floats over and drapes across
Oh.
your shoulders. And you feel the quality of the fabric. It's surprisingly kind of heavy.
Oh, okay.
Not in a weighs you down kind of way, but just
Dense.
the weight of good quality. You know when you pick
Yes.
something and you're like, this is just well made.
Gravitas.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
like,
It's made
got
from good
like
stuff.
it just feels good. It is, I believe, I forgot to write it down, but I believe it's a deep cerulean, a deep navy blue,
Mm.
with kind of a silver clasp across the front of it.
Nice.
So it is, it's beautiful, and it sort of settles across your shoulders. and
Cool. Is it have like a collar, or what's the?
It's
or a
got
hood?
no, it does have a hood. It does have a hood in the back, but kind of like so the hood is kind of like attached to a short, almost like a short stiff collar, that sticks up probably just about an inch.
Mhm.
But yeah, and that silver clasp is like, it goes to these 2 silver buttons that are on either side of that stiff collar. And then all around that is sort of again, not like a super deep hood, but yeah,
Cool.
just a blue hood that drapes down the back. And as you sort of sit there and look at it, it's a little, like at first when you put it, it kind of hits like mid-calf on you, and then it like settles almost and like grows until it's like a few inches off the ground. And it kind of like sits right at the
I
perfect
sort of like
length.
kick my foot up a little bit in alarm. Like,
Yeah.
And yeah. but then
Awesome.
thank you.
Looks wonderful on you. And then she turns and like she waves her hand, and that whole thing, like the whole pedestal, like just kind of vanishes.
Ooh.
Pleasure to do business as always. Please come back and return. You've been very generous patrons.
We hope to.
Excellent.
We fucking hope to.
I hope we can. And I'll kind
I'm
of
sure.
curtly nod and bow out of it.
Awesome. You come out. You guys, Seeker and Oma. You see as Kellett comes out in this sort of new, beautiful cloak that he's got.
That looks good on you.
Thanks. I just been jealous of Alma's hood, so I gotta like playfully throw it up and act like I'm invisible.
I can still see you.
We can.
It's not working. I gotta take it back again. Sorry, we should go.
Awesome. And you guys are headed to the
Crystal-
Crystalline Vault, right? Or the
yeah.
Crystal Vault. All right. So that you guys begin leaving the fire ring here, the pinnacle of the city of Westreach, and start making your way down to the Gold Ring. At which point we will pop on over to our resident halfling.
Me.
So Flynn, you about if I recall correctly, I think you stayed at the temple for like an additional hour or
For a little
two,
bit, yeah,
something like that,
yeah,
like an
around that.
additional a little bit of time, and made your way. So yeah, as you leave the temple, you exit back out into the fire ring, and you know that you are headed to the blue ring.
Yeah, blue ring. Yeah, so
The blue
I'll
ring.
make my way to the blue ring, and I have written down that the Coral Guard has an idea of who I should be finding.
That's right. Okay, I couldn't remember if I had told you.
Yeah,
but
you
I
said
was
Coral
thinking
Guard
about
now.
that. So yeah, as you go down,
Othirin.
Othirin, yeah.
Othirin.
So you make your way
Very
down from the
elvish.
fire ring into the purple ring, and then of course utilizing the various magical lifts that operate between the city of Westreach and the various rings. As you now go down, you can see, you kind of step up to the edge, and you see the blue ring kind of spread out before you. The blue ring is about 80% waterway. Most of it is like big sort of blue lagoons and various like almost like tidal pool-like constructions that are linked by various canals. Most of them are rough and not actually like, they look as if they were almost carved into the stone here. As you kind of look at it, you're reminded of Saran's story about how Doresta was kind of made, and it was likely that the blue ring itself was probably manufactured by the water genies who originally kind of created Doresta and served as a habitat for the various waterborne creatures that would live in this place many millennia ago, but now has been taken over and inhabited by sea elves and all manner of different sea-dwelling or water-dwelling creatures.
Okay.
There are still buildings, like there are many buildings, but as you kind of start going into the blue ring itself, you see a sort of constant motif. Most of them, rather than like hard lines, most of them like have these sort of like rounded curves, and they're all very evocative of the sea and waves and like wind currents, and it's all like the architecture here has a distinct flavor to it that is different than the rest of the various rings.
Does it look when I land and I start walking? I'm assuming I'm walking around the blue ring now.
Oh yeah.
When I start walking around, do I notice anyone in the pools, or is the water not being touched? Is it being bathed in?
As you look, you can see like you see things moving down in there, like, and you can see like occasionally people. You see creatures of all manners like will like just walk up. There are various like steps and things like that that go down into it at various times. like that sort of just descend into water. And you see like regularly creatures that just like walk up out of the steps dripping with water. You can see most of them, of course, are you see a lot of sea elves. You see most of them are sea elves, but you do see the occasional like Triton that you recognize. You see a variety of different you see some occasionally you see like some merfolk, people who actually don't have like lower extremities of legs. They have tails and they sort of like drift through there at times. There is small populations of sort of more exotic creatures that do make their home here within the Blue Ring. But yeah.
If I catch maybe one of the sea elves coming out of the pool, I might go up and...
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm Flynn Fellowweave.
Looks down. Hello. Pleasure to meet you, Flynn.
Just curious, why all the water?
Well,
does it help with magic or something?
It's where we live. And they kind of turn and they point. You're not from here, are you?
It's obvious.
Very much so.
Sorry.
And of course, no, it's quite all right. And they point and they see, you look and you see like, they kind of start pointing it out and you can see that it actually, like underneath the surface of the water, it starts to like open up. So the canals are somewhat narrow, but then it opens and like there's like grottos that are underneath
underwater.
Yeah, like
that's cool.
Underwater, and as you look and see, like there's like you can kind of just make out. It's really difficult, but you can see like creatures moving through. You see fish. You see various aquatic creatures. You see like sharks that make their way through at different times. And you can see that underneath the surface, like it goes down a few feet before it opens up quite a bit. And they go on to explain, yes, there are many domiciles and homes here within the Blue Ring. Most of the rest of Westreach is all above ground, of course, but 80% of the Blue Ring is all beneath the water.
Yeah. Maybe it's been a lot. I thought that like Blue Ring was for magic, or am I confused?
The Blue Ring is incredibly magical, but we provide most of the city's water supply in addition to, it's the most central of the rings. Huh. But, and of course, and they kind of wave their hands. This would not be possible without very powerful magic. But it's a thriving population of my people.
I mean, it's very cool. People are probably wet a lot. Yes, that kind of gets annoying. Maybe not for you because you're used to it, but...
It's more comfortable for me.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you're dry all the time.
That makes sense, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Seems uncomfortable.
To each their own. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I have a person to meet, so could you point me in the direction of the Coral Guard, maybe?
Oh, yes, of course. And they kind of just sweep around and look, and then they point, and you see like a couple hundred yards away, you see a pair of elves that are dressed in these sort of like light green, kind of like a seafoam green tabard, or rather cloak, with sort of a deep emerald green leather that has this kind of this motif of scales. The Coral Guard are, to refresh your memory, the Coral Guard are sort of the policing force of Westreach. And they're equivalent to the City Guard, or what the Still Guard would be in Stillgate. But yeah, they point you in the direction. You see a pair of them a few hundred feet away.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much. Stay safe.
I plan to.
How has everything been going with do you know about the drow?
News has, as far as I've heard, the forces of Westreach met with them during the night, but I haven't heard any additional updates as of yet.
Well, stay safe. Hopefully they can't swim.
I hope not.
Okay. Bye!
Bye-bye. They just, as you walk away, strange man. As they walk on, just like with a little smile on their face, of this chance encounter.
And I'll head off to the Coral Guard that they pointed out.
Yeah. So as you get up to those two, you see both are elves.
Okay. The elves or
no? These two are. One appears to be a wood elf. They have the sort of deeper copper-toned skin and sort of the darker hair with flecks of green and things in it. And then the other is kind of very opposite, like much paler skin, blonde hair, and is a high elf. But you see the pair. The high elf has like long hair that's sort of plaited back into a braid, and is appears female. The wood elf is like short cropped kind of hair that's kind of done in like an undercut on the sides with like a long back.
Oh, okay.
And you see, appears male. But as you walk up to them, they sort of like just the reflexive sort of like the hands rest as you come up, but then they immediately relax and sort of wave to you. And what can we do for you?
Hello. Are you guys always wet?
We are not.
What happens if something happens underwater? You guys really good swimmers?
The members of the Coral Guard who are accustomed to the deep, they typically patrol that area of the blue.
So if something happens like right now, like right over there, and I'll point to one of the grottos.
We have necessary enchantments that can allow us to.
Speaking of magic, actually looking for someone. Othirin. Does that ring a bell?
Othirin.
Yep, that's it. I don't speak elf.
And
Sorry.
then they kind of look at you, really, and they look around, and then they clock the tattoos on your arm. Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
Interesting. And then they kind of like they share kind of a look, like, and you're not sure, like almost like a little smile between the two of them. Yes, Othirin, and they basically point you towards. She lives on the eastern side of the Blue Ring. Look for a house. It's sits above the water, right at the edge of the water itself. You should, and they give you like the cross streets of where you're looking to go to, and you should be able to find her there this time of day. And they kind of think, yeah. She should be there.
Yeah, I'll look up into the sky and I'll kind of gauge. What time is it?
You're coming up on probably like noonish.
Noonish?
Yeah, about noon.
Midday, okay.
Yeah, midday.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And stay dry. I don't know. Do we say something here? May the light reflect? I don't know.
Just have a nice day.
Goodbye. Okay,
That's
cool.
fine.
That's what I'm used to, but halfway.
Quite all right.
So.
No, I appreciate your inquisitiveness.
Yeah.
But no particular greetings, everybody.
I've always wanted to come here, but it's just kind of high up for me,
It's a beautiful city.
Well, good luck keeping this place safe.
Thank you.
If you need anything, don't ask me. Bye.
Very well. And they just kind of, again, watch you wander off with inquisitive looks on their face.
Flynn's over here like trying to make an alibi.
Yeah.
Like he needs
right.
everybody
How
to
many
remember
people-
this weird conversation that he had with him.
It will stick out in their heads. Like, actually, yeah, I did meet a that day. If you-
Literally
if you
trying to
did
make
meet
an
it out,
alibi.
They would know. You'd be able to call many witnesses. But no, you as you look around,
Yeah, I'll start
you
heading
follow the directions.
east.
It takes you probably another 10, 15 minutes of walking or so. And eventually you kind of come to the major crossroads and the landmarks that they indicated. It is adjacent to what looks like a building. It's sort of, I shouldn't say adjacent to, it's like catty corner across the canal from a somewhat large building that has this kind of motif of like a big conch shell. It almost looks like a big conch shell that's laid on its side with like an entry where the opening in the shell would be as kind of this entryway into it. But you see this
Very cool.
relatively humble home. It is a boathouse, effectively. Born on the water, you see like the gentle waves of the water that just kind of like as it slowly sits. Somewhat of a like small domicile. But as you approach, you can see that carved into the wood, kind of like up under the eaves of the porch, you see a very familiar symbol. You see the sea and sort of like draconic symbol that belongs to the Ironlight Collective. And it's, like I said, it's kind of like up under the eaves and hidden. You really wouldn't see it unless you were looking for it. But yeah, as you come up, that's you see that.
Hello. So it's on the water and there's like a pathway.
Yeah, it's like up against this sort of like kind of like
on the dock,
like
or what's
rocks, basically.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like up against this rough natural dock. It takes you kind of got to jump over to the house, but yeah, it's just moored up against what appear to be like some rock formations and stuff.
I'll lean over and I'll dip my hand with the tattoos in the water and I'll just kind of get some on my hand and just like feel it.
Okay.
Rub it on the back of my neck.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I'll walk up and...
All right. You knock on the door, and you hear, like, silence for a couple of seconds, and then footfalls. And you see as the door swings open, you see before you a tall female form. You see, like, this long seafoam green hair that's tied back in this, like, sort of three-plaited braid. All throughout the hair, you can see, like, little bits of shell and little, like, kind of pieces of, like, what look like kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a almost like a net, but it's jewelry.
Cool.
It's this sort of like silver net that kind of goes over the left half of the face and the hair. And you see, like, there's a couple of little blue gems and things like that inside of it. You see this sort of a cerulean, like, kind of pearlescent skin, and lean, athletic build with what look like leather armor, but all throughout it you see this motif and this theme of shells and waves, and like, it's all sea themed. And it gives this, like, as you look at it, Flynn, you've been around long enough, you can recognize something that is magical in nature. You see this sort of enchanted armor that they wear very casually and comfortably. And then you see a long scar across the left forearm, and then the right forearm, you see a series of tattoos. But where you ordinarily would only see 3, instead you see 8.
Like mine.
Just like yours. Yeah. And you, the door kind of swings open, you see this woman looks down at you, and then, like, very quickly kind of clocks the pauldron, clocks just like you, the sword. Hello.
Hi.
A fellow sentinel.
Yeah. Flynn.
Flynn. Uthirin. And she extends her hand.
I'll reach out my hand, and I'll shake with the...
And yeah, she kind of, like, just slightly, like, tilts her head and looks at your tattoos.
I'll look at her.
As well. Huh. What brings you to town, Flynn?
Well, a lich.
Well, you just come right out with it, don't you?
Yeah, we've been doing that. I mean, we don't really have a lot of time, so... But I think we have that figured out, more or less. I might need some help.
What kind of help? Is there a hunt that I haven't been made aware of?
No, I have an adventuring party that I think we'll have it handled, or at least I hope so, or else the world's gonna end. But I think what maybe you could help me with is this. And I'll hold my hand up, and I'll start to summon some of the magic, but then I'll stop. I've had a long journey. Maybe we can talk inside?
Of course. Come, and they sort of open the doorway, and you enter into this home, and it's modest. It's relatively small. You see a single bedroom that's kind of like out through the back, a small living room, a small kitchen that is suitable for a singular person. Everything's very clean, and all the furniture, it kind of gives the sense of, again, like a ship, similar to the vibe and aesthetic that you recall from, what was the ship you guys went on with Past and Broadhammer?
The Howard Dugan?
Yeah, sort of that same, like, as you step into this, it's the Howard Dugan. Howard Dugan. It's kind of that, it's got that same sort of feel to it, right? Like, it's very mariner, or maritime, I should say, in its aesthetic and its feel. You see, like, deep woods. But as they walk you in and basically just kind of point to the small, there's a series of small chairs, like what looks like a small couch or armchair. And they kick out the chair and they sit down, cross their hands over their knees, and lean forward and just look at you. And so you're not in town for a hunt?
No.
You don't need help in that respect?
Well, the hunt we have is a lich.
Oh.
So me and my party are going to take it out.
Are you with other sentinels?
No. A lot has happened with that, too. Are you up to date with...
I've heard some of what's come out of Vadersfeld in the last several days. I, unfortunately, was away on a hunt and unreachable for a time.
Tracks. We're doing good But things are changing in the collective. Melaru's not as high of a position as before. We're restructuring things, I think.
But the Flynn.
Yeah?
You're that Flynn.
What do you mean that, Flynn?
Well, as I said, I've heard some of what happened. Well,
I mean, we all helped. You know?
of course.
Um,
You see a kind of a different estimation come, like her attitude and demeanor towards you shifts a little bit subtly.
Things are okay there now. I don't know if you know Victor, and my class, and obviously all the rest of them. They're kind of putting things together, and hopefully I'll be able to survive all this and go back and help. But sorry, I'm getting off track.
That's all right.
Basically, along my journey, I had some problems with a powerful entity. Let's leave it at that. And it tapped into my magic somehow and gave me abilities. And it interweaved with my own magic. And luckily, we were able to figure a way to take it out. But ever since then, I've kind of been hesitant to use it.
Why?
Well, I don't know if I was all there all the time when the magic was being used. And I'm just afraid that I just want to make sure it's mine again. We have a lot to do, and I kind of first wanted to make sure I could swing a sword right after everything happened. But we're going to fight a lich, and I need everything, you know? And I figured who better to know than a sentinel, especially one that went through the same ritual I did, because I didn't know anyone else did that.
My introduction and joining of the Sentinels was atypical.
Same here.
As you look, she's this woman's probably in her mid-30s, as far as like appearance-wise goes. So she's probably somewhere in her 3rd century as an elf.
Oh, right.
So she's been alive a very long time. But yeah, she looks down. I see. It's not often that someone has the desire nor the aptitude.
Yeah. Well, I felt like I needed to prove myself back then.
I could understand why.
But yeah, I don't know if there's any type of new tattoo or ritual, or if you want to put my hand under some kind of device to see. I just want to make sure that I'm okay. And I probably am a little rusty too, so any practice would go a long way, I think. We're also going to fight a lich, and I don't know what kind of stuff that brings, so anything else that could be I know I'm saying a lot. I'll let you talk.
Well, I'm only familiar with liches in theory. In fact, and I don't know much of that. The only reason I do is because I live here, and, well...
Are you the guard of...
I was, once upon a time.
I noticed the scar. Remind me what it looked like again?
It's just a long, like, jagged scar across the left
Does
forearm.
it go through... I'm assuming they have...
It doesn't go through the tattoos.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't go through... Like, her tattoos are on her right. And,
yeah. Well, then, I don't... She probably has a sword tattoo as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it doesn't cross that out or anything. It's not like a skull.
It's not like Chath, where it looks like
that's
it was
what I was thinking.
intentional.
I was wanting to know about that.
This woman has not been, like, disbarred or disbanded
anything.
from the Iron Light
Okay.
Collective.
Okay.
But I served here in the Coral Guard for a time. And was trained first in the arcane arts, as well as in addition to a little bit of combat. The way that the Coral Guard here is trained is distinct, and we have a very long tradition. I didn't join the Sentinels until after. Call it a coming out of retirement. And well, I found that the aims and goals of the collective agreed with me. And, well, I knew Melora.
Oh,
We were friends, once upon a time.
she always...
Yes. She's, obstinate. Difficult.
If you'll believe it, I think that might be changing too.
I'll wait until I can confirm that
I know.
myself.
We'll see what happens when I go back. But yeah. Anyway.
So you're concerned that your magic is no longer your own?
Yeah.
Well, only one way to find out, isn't there, Flynn?
Yeah, hopefully you can stop me if anything happens.
I think I can handle that.
Well, what should I do? Should we do it in here, or is there better...
No, not nearly enough space. And she gets up, and she walks over. You see, she gets up, she just gestures for you to follow her.
I'll leave my bag down there and my stuff, and I'll kind of just walk and follow.
Yeah, so as she walks out, you travel a very short distance, but she takes you to this building. And as you get close to the building, the first thing, before you even see it, you hear this sort of like intonation, this kind of like these varying tones of like what can only be described as like notes, like sustained notes of music. That kind of subtly change according to the way that the wind like drifts. And eventually you kind of you round a corner and you see the largest building you've seen so far in the Blue Ring. And you see this almost like cathedral-like building that has these silvered tubes that all go up in this sort of like sweeping formation all the way up to a pinnacle and a point. And emblazoned in a big giant shield in the center of it, you see a green dragon curled around or curled up in two outstretched female hands. You recognize this as the symbol of Westreach, of Ganbaldir, really. And you hear that those tones of music are coming from these like large tubes, as it's basically a massive organ.
Wow.
And that's kind of what it evokes, is this sense of this huge musical instrument.
Huh.
This is the Choral Hall, the headquarters of the Choral Guard here within Westreach. And they lead you through these huge doors. And as you get closer now, the frequency of these people that you see in these like light green cloaks with this green sort of dragon-scaled motif armor get more and more frequent. And as you walk through, you can see like a couple people like wave to her. You can see that she's known here. And despite not having the same regalia or being part of the Choral Guard anymore officially, she is welcomed here and is able to go. You see this massive hallway with all of these, you see like banners and things like that are strung up across different places. You see various hallways that lead out into like different sections of this area.
Okay.
But you're led pretty quickly like through and off to the right and out into what to you immediately becomes a very familiar setting. You smell sand and dirt. You smell leather and weapon oil.
That's like a big
subtle. You smell the subtle. That subtle, what's the word, static on the air of arcane magic. And you can see like there's at various intervals and things like that in these pens, you can see spellcraft as like two members of these of the Choral Guard are in training, like being trained in the arts of this thing. And you find your way over to one of these like somewhat small arenas, right? With they're probably about 30 feet in diameter or so. You see sand, a small low-rise stone wall, and you see as she walks in and kind of taps, like you see she reaches down and taps something that you can't quite see until you look at it, like this sort of symbol on one of the stones, and suddenly the sound deadens around you. Similar to the Temple of Lauris, there are these sort of protection barriers to protect passerby from any errant spell magic gone awry.
Cool.
And she walks across the arena, turns, and reaches out her hand, and you see as appearing in this spray of like mist, you see a polearm, like long and curved with these opposite blades that sweep upwards in a way, as she like spins it and puts it behind her. Well, all right, Flynn. Let's see what it is you can do.
Cool. And I'll hold my hand out.
Yeah.
And some of my sword as the mist kind of brings it and apparates inside.
Awesome.
Ooh.
All right. I'm going to pause real quick with you, and I'm going to pop over to our group that's heading down into the Gold Ring. So you guys are all making your way to the Crystal Vault, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah.
Make
Can't
your
remember why.
yeah.
I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Does it
There
ever-
The
is-
magic store?
Yeah, then an additional magical
Ah,
store where you
okay,
guys are
okay.
just gonna check and peruse
Oh,
some
cool.
stuff
Yeah.
to see what's there.
Which ring
Um,
is this on?
This is in the gold ring. So this
Okay.
is the
Fire,
so
gold.
it goes fire, purple, blue, gold,
Oh,
green.
so
Mm.
wrong.
The blue part of the reason why the Coral Guards headquarters is in the blue ring is because it's the most central of all the
That makes
rings.
sense.
So you
And because of
guys,
the obvious pun.
what?
And because of the obvious pun
The blue.
with the coral
Oh
guard.
yeah, yeah, right.
and the coral guard.
I didn't think about it till later. I was like CHO, but yeah, it
Nah,
works too.
like even like the ones that live in the water
Yeah.
should be called it the other.
Yeah, they're all right.
Sorry, I've been thinking about that for the last 20 minutes.
No, you should. I thought about it too. I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. Like, they are the Coral Guard. They literally guard the coral.
The coral. Yep.
Yeah.
Was it when the two meanings?
Yeah, double entendre. Hey,
Hey,
second time today.
Hey, Antandra.
But,
Focus.
you guys, as you make your way down, you see very much the same thing. You see the purple ring as it spreads out and away from you, the blue ring itself, sort of all the different architectures and motifs, and then eventually you make your way down into the gold ring. And this is the gold ring feels the closest to Stillgate in terms of construction, the busyness of it, the sort of industry and that sense of industriousness, particularly in the civic district. Within Stillgate, so you see these like beautiful white stone buildings, but whereas in Stillgate everything was a little more harsh and angular, here again, right, that's sort of that delicate touch of Elvish architecture where things tend to curve a little bit more gracefully. The buildings aren't quite so implacable and imposing. It's just the aesthetic of it feels a little bit different. But eventually you see a sort of like this beautiful stone edifice with that almost has the appearance of being made like it's not quite marble, not quite quartz. It's like somewhere in between, and almost kind of has this organic crystalline structure about it, as if somebody took a geode or a collection of crystals and like gave it just the slightest touch, curved it just a little bit, carved it just a little bit, and enhanced the sort of natural beauty that is found within it. Until you see this sort of like odd, sprawling, but somehow symmetrical and beautiful building. You see two like very brightly polished steel doors that are currently open. And as you walk inside this establishment, you see that same sort of sense of organic matter, that sort of crystalline structure that winds outwards and away into the floor. And you can see that instead of like these glass cages, you see that everything is suspended in like full crystal structures, like as if they're suspended inside of these
That's
things.
cool.
So like whereas in Tialra's it was like very clearly a case with like air, everything's like trapped in crystal, but like everything has
Sick.
this sense of motion to it. So like
Oh.
the cloak, instead of draping, is like flayed out. It's like spanned outwards, like someone's
That's
wearing
And
it.
if you
want to
buy it, you gotta chip it out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Get your pickaxe.
There's a little pickaxe next to you.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a guy just sweating in the corner. It's just like, can I get some water?
Oh, good.
But yeah, you see this like these beautiful structures, and you see a lot of different things in here. And again, the same sort of like cubbies and everything else that you are accustomed to seeing in arcane magic shops. But you see a short figure that squat and broad that kind of turns as you guys enter the establishment. There are a few other patrons in here, but they are looks like they're just perusing. There's nobody next to them or helping them or anything like that. They're just kind of like looking at all the wares. But you see a thick, squat, dwarvish woman who turns to all of you. You see these deep, deep blue robes with like almost like a rose gold stitching along the outside that are also kind of have these sort of subtle arcane runes within them. And you see every finger is covered in a ring, like
Ooh.
all just bedecked with jewelry on all fronts. And she turns to you guys and sort of like gracefully glides across the floor as you all enter into the establishment and take a look around. And you see coppery skin, dark hair, a beard that is streaked with white, though female presenting, just with that thick dwarvish beard, about 4'8", and you see these gemstones that are set within the robes and all the everything else.
Cool.
You see deep brown eyes and this graying black hair that's pulled back into a very tight bun at the top of the head. And she spreads her bejazzled, her bejeweled, that's the word I'm looking for.
Or bedazzled.
Bejeweled.
She spreads her bejeweled hands and in like this soft sort of accent, "Welcome to my store. How can I help all of you?"
Well, we're about to embark on a perilous journey into the wastes.
Wastes?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're just browsing for things that might keep us alive.
Any recommendations?
But of course. And like she has a very pleasant, like husky baritone voice. But I have many recommendations that I believe might help you on your journey. Please come with me. Welcome to the Crystal Vault. And walks you over to the first sort of plinth that you saw. You see, as you get a little bit closer, you see this robe, this thing flared outwards and away, and across it you see this motif of stars that are shooting all across it.
Oh,
Cool.
This is a robe of stars. So you see along the collar, you see these 6 stars that kind of go down, and then the rest of it is all done up in this, again, like it looks like a piece of the night sky was ripped out and put into fabric. She says that, the stars along the collar, they allow you to cast spells, particularly the magic missile spell, a projection of force. And, of course, every night, the magic within them recharges. And then, of course, it grants you some additional measure of protection when you are fighting or in combat. Effectively, you get a +1 bonus to all saving throws while you wear this cloak. She brings you over, and you see a staff that looks like a sort of it looks like lightning that's caught in this crystal. This is a staff of thunder and lightning. Allows you for control over, the forces of the storm. And she brings you over to an additional thing and like an additional staff. These are all kind of like arrayed in sort of different crystals that are all next to one another. She says, "This we call the Staff of Fate." I'll just tell you guys what this does. Effectively, it allows for you to add additional, like basically adds D4s to various saving throws and things like that. Basically allows for you to like cast guidance on someone at will. It's also a +3 magical staff, so it can be used as a +3 magical quarterstaff.
Cool.
Can monks use that?
Yeah, it's a simple weapon.
Yeah. But my punches right now
punch.
do.
I
But
just
+3
pack a
is no
punch.
joke.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
I think it could be more.
But a +3 isn't as high as because a punch for me is a D4, whereas if I have a weapon, it's a D6. But if I don't have a weapon, it's a D8.
Right, but it's D6 plus 3.
Isn't there some kind of monk weapon?
Yeah, you can use your dex with quarterstaffs. So I don't know.
It's
Up
a
to you.
smaller dice roll, but the modifier is
It's
inherently
higher.
higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So a
amazing.
little bit more
You do a
guaranteed.
D8 plus your dex. Is that what you do? Right?
And then you get the fate part too.
That's also true.
That's cool.
It's already a D8 plus 3. Yeah.
A D8 plus 3. So this would be a D6 plus 3 plus 3.
Is that how that works?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
6 guaranteed.
Damn.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it's not
Bang,
bad.
bang,
Plus
boom.
3 weapons are no fucking joke.
Yeah,
And then that also
Just
makes it so it's
automatic
always
damage.
+3 to the attack.
all
too,
the
so-
time. Yeah.
Right to your attack roll
Yeah,
as well.
that's insane. That
Yeah.
must be
Yeah.
expensive as hell, though.
Yeah.
That's probably stupid expensive.
We're loaded though.
You guys,
pretty
you guys
rich.
got some money.
We're pretty rich.
She brings you over to one additional staff. I'm gonna make my way through these.
Yeah.
Brings you over to
Yeah.
one additional staff with these sort of like these little curved figures. This is a staff of healing. Allows for some additional healing magic, and she kind of looks you up and down and gets a sense of the cleric.
Do I have something in my
sort of
teeth?
Vibe. Yep. She has effectively a wand of magic detection, a ring of the ram, a pair of sending stones for sale, and then a variety of potions. 3 fire breath potions, 2 potions of heroism, 1 potion of mind reading, 2 potions of growth, and 2 potions of speed.
What is a potion of
Mind reading?
Nope. The one before that.
Heroism?
Heroism.
Yeah.
When you drink this potion, you gain 10 temporary hit points that last for 1 hour, and you are under the effects of the Bless spell. That's the potion of heroism.
Oh, okay.
So for 1 hour concentration free, you are under the effects of Bless.
That's pretty good.
And of course 10 temporary hit points when you drink it as well.
And is a potion of speed? I'm not there, but I'm just
That's
curious.
haste.
Yeah, that's
haste.
It's haste. Yeah, haste for that's a long
It's-
time.
This is the place. Sorry, above table. This is the place that Flynn's gonna meet us at.
Yeah. So I
you
just
can
wanted to
get
get
what you
through
get
it that way.
Yeah.
When he got there, we could.
Yeah.
So yeah, you gain the effects of space for 1 minute. No concentration required.
Does it
with
still
the potion of space,
Make
or
you
potion of
sleepy
space.
afterwards?
No.
No.
It does not. It does not have the lethargy effect.
Fuck yeah.
That's so
That's
good.
crazy. I
Sending
guess 'cause you
stones
can't
are
lose
protected.
concentration.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. So
how much are
at
the
the end of it.
potions? Here?
Yeah. So the potions are the
I'm
fire
just
breath.
assuming there's like a dollar amount next to it, or a
This
gold
one,
amount.
because this is like the gold quarter, it's not like that bespoke sort of like price upon request.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fucking annoying.
Yeah, she was like,
Ask-
oh,
Scroll
no,
down to the bottom of the website.
Yeah.
Still no price.
Yeah, she gets you,
us for
she
more
sells
money.
you on
Oh,
it.
it's a menu. It's a menu without any prices, and then they're
Yeah.
like, if you have to ask how much it is,
You
can't
you're
afford
too
it.
poor to
Yeah.
be here.
But no, this is the
You
gold
can't
quarter,
afford it.
so everything is very clear. The potions of speed are 400 gold pieces each.
Okay.
The potions of growth are 270 gold pieces each. Mind reading's 180. Heroism is 180. And the 3 fire breath potions are 150. The potions of fire breath give you the dragon's breath effects of the spell, so you can, as a bonus action, exhale fire breath. And then the sending stones are 2,000 gold pieces. The ring of the ram is 5,000 gold pieces.
What is that?
The ring of the ram, it has
Cool.
charges in it, and
Mhm.
it basically creates this spectral ram that you can cast, and it blasts things, and it does, I think it's like 3 or 4 d10 worth of damage.
And it pushes
all
them too,
It pushes
right?
them, yeah.
Do all of these items require attunement?
That's a good question.
How much did you say? Sorry, no, we're asking a lot of
Standing stones
questions.
were
How much did you say the
2,000.
ram
Standing stones?
was?
Ring of the Ram is 5,000 gold pieces. The Ring of the Ram does require attunement. The Sending Stones do not. There's a Wand of Magic Detection that does not require attunement, I don't believe.
The ring?
No, the magic wand,
Wand
for
of Detect
detection.
Magic.
If it doesn't
I don't
require
have any
attunement.
attunements.
It has
You
3
don't have that.
charges.
I mean, oh yeah, you're full. You're full.
Yeah, she's full up.
Yeah, I think we're all about.
Most
to
of
be
you guys
full.
are almost full.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
Most of you guys are almost full.
Sure. But
So,
how much are the sending stones?
The
2,000.
Sending Stones are 2,000 gold pieces. Those
Yeah.
do
I
not
would like
require
to-
attunement.
I'm getting those for
Yeah,
sure.
they're good.
Because it'll save you a spell slot.
It'll say
yeah,
between the
every
party
day.
at least.
It's a miracle. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If we
yeah.
split up.
Yeah.
We never do that.
The wand of, we never do that.
We never
Never
split.
split.
party.
Ever.
Right?
Why would we do that?
The Wand of Magic Detection does not require attunement. That is 1,500 gold pieces. The Staff of Healing does require attunement. That's 13,000. The Staff of Fate does require attunement. That's 5,000. Staff of Thunder and Lightning is 10,000. Does require attunement. And then the Robe of Stars is 50,000 and costs
Does
and
healing
requires
require
attunement.
attunement?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Staff of Healing. The Staff of Healing has 10 charges: 1 to cast Cure Wounds, 2 to cast Lesser Restoration, 5 to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Oh,
pretty good,
so
though.
good.
Would you get your bonuses on it too? You get bonuses to
Yeah.
to healing, right?
Yeah. Your bonus
That's just
would
a
still apply.
reservoir of healing
But
spells.
you have
So yeah, one charge per, and then you can charge, so like 1 charge per level of the spell for Cure Wounds, and you can do up to 4th level, so you can spend 4 charges to cast a 4th level Cure Wounds, 2 for Lesser Restoration,
Got
and
it.
5 for Mass Cure Wounds.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Mechanically,
Uh-huh.
breastplate of rune shielding.
Mm-hmm.
If I unattuned from it, would I still get the defensive effects?
Yeah.
Not the ability
Not the
to
ability.
reflect.
Mhm.
So it would still be a breastplate.
It'd still be a breastplate plus 1. Yeah. or
Okay.
plus
Okay.
4, it is.
Oh.
That
just
might
wouldn't
be.
get
I just
the-
wouldn't get the
Yeah.
reaction.
Which you
current
almost never use
reflection.
anyway.
I always forget
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
That's not a
That's
terrible
pretty
idea.
good. That's a pretty.
How much
that's
is
a good
staff?
trade-off.
the Staff of
13,000.
13,000 gold. It's
Oh,
expensive.
13,000.
But it's 2 additional 5th level slots a day.
Yes. No,
It's
and
really
healing,
and
it's really
a
good.
bunch of like always prepared mask your
Yeah.
wounds, dude.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's also something we can maybe come back.
No, we're gonna get it now. Or we're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah.
How much is it?
Okay.
It's 15
13,000.
13,000?
Yeah, 13,000. While you guys deliberate on the various toys that are available for purchase over here, with the proprietress who introduces herself as Elswyn, Elsuwynn, Elswyn. Elswyn. Yeah, it's probably Elswyn, but her Russian she says Elswyn. Like it's like
Elswyn.
there's like a v in there, very heavy v. But as you guys deliberate, we're gonna pop back over to Mr. Flynn.
Me.
So-
It's me.
Flynn,
Yes.
you see as she extends her hand as she summons her glaive, you summon your sword. And she begins to like walk around you. She says, "So what is it that you're worried about exactly, Flynn, with your magic?" And she starts pacing you and like starting to look at what you're doing.
I'm worried that if I use too much of it or if I access it carelessly, the bad magic, the evil magic will come out. I feel like there might be lingering traces of it. I'm not sure.
Very well. Cast something.
I'll get in melee range.
Uh-huh.
Rub my fingers together. The evocation spell lights up. The green starts to hesitantly begin on my fingers, and I take it and I rub it on the sword as the green flame blade lights up, and I'll go in for an attack.
Awesome. All right. So as you sort of start to go in for attack and you light the sword up, you see as she like lifts the glaive and then begins to like sing. You hear this low like hum almost that her mouth just sort of slightly falls open, and almost without moving her mouth you hear this like this tone, this like ooh, this beautiful like aria almost that begins to emanate from her voice, and you see as like the air around her kind of starts to shimmer and shift a little bit as she is going to enact her blade song.
A blade song?
Yes.
Ooh.
She is a blade singer. So she's different than you because you are a war wizard, but she, having come from the Choral Guard and the tradition that they are trained in, so she activates her blade song.
Okay.
And she moves like as she goes to meet you in the middle of the arena. She like runs forward. Suddenly her feet like carrying her very, very swiftly as the magic enhances her abilities. And she runs forward and she meets you. Go ahead and roll an attack for me.
Okay.
You're looking for a from her, sorry. You're looking for a 23 to hit. 22 to hit, sorry. 22.
So I need to double check this, but like, so
yeah,
it's a +1 sword, +1.
Nope, +2 sword.
Plus front, plus,
Just,
so
yeah,
+2.
your sword is a +2 sword.
So it's
+2 to attack and to damage.
5, dex is 5, so 10 + 2, 12.
12.
So
Yeah,
add
you have
12.
a +12 to hit.
I need to update that then.
All good.
22.
22 to hit, exactly.
Yeah, 10 + 1.
Okay, as you go, you go to cast the spell, and then you see as this warbling barrier between you. She's gonna cast shield,
Okay.
and her AC goes up to 27.
Whoa. So yeah, I go in for the attack, and I guess I don't know how it looks, but yeah, it blocks.
Blade singers, dude, they're fucked.
That is
Yeah.
27
Yeah.
class.
Oh my goodness.
So as you go in,
Gnarly.
you see as the sword goes to make contact, and then this like almost like a ripple from a pond that is hit. You see as like the point of contact makes contact. Oh hey, with this like a rock being dropped into a pond, and this like wave kind of goes and extends outward away from the point of contact of the sword, and then she like backs away. Not
Okay.
bad. And
That
then she
seemed-
starts to pace.
Seemed okay. I'll try something a little bit more. You ready?
Yes.
And I'll rub my fingers together.
Mm-hmm.
And I will get the same energy. That red energy pops up again on my fingers, and I will touch my knee and slide it down to my foot as this like wave of energy kind of is condensed into it. I turn to my side and I stomp down on the ground.
Okay.
As a wave of energy is forced as I cast Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. Oh fuck. All right. Cool. Oh, you shouldn't have used your reaction. All right. So,
All the while, I am like looking at my hand and kind of doubting myself and going, ugh,
yeah.
and I push it forward.
Awesome. So as you stomp your foot into the ground, you see as like the green light flares up from the point of contact. She rolled on her Constitution saving throw, right? For Thunderwave?
Yes.
Okay. She rolled a 15.
Save DC 16.
Save DC 16. So as this Thunderwave like makes contact with her, it blasts her backwards, and she tumbles. Go ahead and roll damage for her.
Okay, it's just a first level spell.
Yeah, just first level, right? 3d8.
Yeah, I'm not trying to.
Yeah. She's
I figured she probably.
You're not gonna. You're not gonna hurt her too bad.
It's a decent roll. 13 points of thunder damage.
13 points, and she's like blown backward and knocked prone.
Hey, all right. You all right?
I'm all right. And she gets up and kind of like stretches her neck around.
Sorry.
That's all right. And then she like flips the glaive. My turn.
No!
And she runs forward.
Yeah.
She, as you see, the sort of like, it's not a glaive. It's more of like it's not quite as the same size as like a big pole arm. This would more be treated as kind of like a spear or something.
Okay.
But she comes down upon you, and with just her first attack,
Is it like a twin blade?
kind of,
That's
yeah.
what
It's like that elvish twin scimitar thing. I
Yeah.
forget what it's called exactly.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's like a specific name for it. That is a 20 to hit.
Okay, so I think that hits, but I would like to use my reaction. So I'm
Okay.
gonna use my reaction and then kind of hesitantly like rub my fingers together. That bluish silver abjuration magic goes, and I'll kind of shield.
Okay.
And I'm like, ugh!
Okay. This is the first time you've cast shield.
I think since
Since.
Mhm.
Okay.
and so I'm tentatively looking at it, watching for any like dark energy.
Okay. You reach to the magic, and you see as the blue tattoo on your wrist flares. And the barrier comes up between you. And there's no shadow. As her blade makes contact with it, and she backs away. And then like studies you again. And then you see as she mutters something under her breath. And for you see as the blue tattoo on her arm flares. And she's going to cast Warding Blade. That is a 23 to hit.
What?
23 to hit.
Well, no. So I think shield brings up to 25.
25.
Yeah.
So once again, the blade makes contact with the arcane barrier as she like grits her teeth and tries to force her way through it and backs away. But you see suddenly like as from the point of contact between your shield and her weapon, you see as this like, it looks like mist, like sea mist, like emanates outwards from it and then surrounds her. She's going to roll 3d8. She gains 18 temporary hit points. As this like sort of like almost this mist starts to surround her. Yes, I've learned a few tricks in my time, Flynn.
You can teach me that one, right?
Perhaps.
Okay.
All right, let's see what you can do. Show me something better.
All right.
You're adept at swordcraft. How's your spell?
I'll start with.
Okay.
I'll do this. I'll see that she gets some temporary HP,
Yeah.
and I will rub my fingers together,
Mhm.
and the green tattoo that goes up and down my arm will light up in this green hue, and I will reach to my sword tattoo, and I will pull from it, and you see that like almost like my energy gets pulled, and my fingers start to decay a little bit, and I push it into my chest as I cast False Life.
You're going to cast False Life. Okay,
I'll
cool.
cast it at a first level.
First level. All right. As you go to cast it, you hear her voice start as she starts to like as you're kind of like muttering the incantations. So she goes, "Here's one of the other things I can teach you. How to prevent someone from casting a spell in the first place." And she swipes her blade, and the magic of your spell unravels.
What?
She counterspells you. As like the sort of like almost this knife of energy like
so cool.
disrupts the weave of magic. You don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Nothing hits you. There's no impact, but the threads of the weave of your magic are severed as she with the somatic
No temp
component
HP for you.
of swiping her weapon disrupts your spell and
Okay.
counterspells you.
Okay, fuck.
That's awesome.
Okay. Hey. Cool, but hey.
And then she moves in for another. That is a 24 to hit.
Do we want to say that was another round, right?
Another round. Yeah,
That was
another
probably a round. So then I don't know. I think what I guess my question was should I have to recast shield?
You would have to recast. Yeah.
I'll do it again for the practice. Yeah, I'll bring it
Okay.
up 25.
Same thing.
More confidently this time.
Yep.
I bring it up and I look around at it and I'm like, all right, okay.
Right.
Block that one.
Yeah. The
This,
barrier.
Yeah.
Here. And familiar.
all right.
She tries to go in for another hit. 25 exactly.
Yeah.
16 on the dice
Yep.
plus 9.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. So on this one, she as her blade makes contact with the barrier and she pushes it through, you take
Okay.
12 points of slashing damage as
Okay.
her blade kind of makes contact with you and cuts down the front.
All right.
And she backs away. and then stabs her glaive into the ground. And looks at you.
How'd I do?
Not bad. But there are some things I can teach you.
Okay, like what?
Well, for starters, and she casts that spell Warding Blade again. You see the mist emanate around her. How to protect yourself better. You're open. We can tighten that up.
Okay. And I'll hold my hands up and I'll summon my sword again.
And in addition, if you are going to fight a lich, well, I imagine they're quite practiced in the arcane. Maybe best you learn how to protect yourself from that as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, where do we start?
Right here, right now. And she runs towards you again.
Ah!
We, for the next probably 2-3 hours, she goes through and teaches you the cantrip Warding Blade
Hey.
as part of your level up,
Come on.
fighter,
Hell yeah.
and counterspell
Yee.
as your new
Juicy
Eldritch Knight spell, because you can finally cast third level spells, right? From
Yeah, we talked
from
about
Eldritch
it, yeah.
Knight. So
Because it's a little different.
yeah, my
Good.
my Eldritch Knight progresses a little bit differently. So for the next couple of hours, you two spend time in that arena, like I said, going over those things. And by the end of it,
Whew.
the sun's beginning to wane in the
Oh,
sky.
man.
You're a little sweaty, a little dirty, down a few spell slots for sure, but you have learned those two new tools. Before she finally calls for a halt.
I think I got it.
I think that's enough for today.
Well, we ship out, I think, tonight.
And you have to be on your way.
Yeah, but I mean, there's probably going to be some travel, so I'll have time to practice more. Thank you. Is there anything I give you?
Call it, we're just keeping it all in the family.
Yeah. Helps to keep all of us strong.
I heard about what you did.
But we,
Hmm.
you know,
I'm looking forward to see how things change.
me too. Well, I am beat, so maybe I can get a nap in before we head out, but hopefully I'll see you again.
Hopefully so. You know where to find me now.
I'm gonna hold my hand out again.
Reaches out, shakes your hand. Good luck, Flynn. Glad I could help.
Do my best. Goodbye.
Bye. As you go to leave, Flynn,
Yeah.
and she opens up what looks like just like a little pouch at her side, and her hand goes into it,
Oh,
and as she pulls it out from her bag of holding,
Cool.
Oh.
oh,
you see she's holding a bag. Just like it's kind of big, kind of heavy.
Uh-huh.
You can't see what's in it, but she throws it at you.
Catch it. I'll open it.
You see,
Pull out. I'll go in and see what's in it.
yeah, as you reach in, you pull out a small set. Pull out the breastplate portion of a set of leather armor. It's like kind of a deep, like a not quite the same emerald green. It's like a deeper green.
Okay.
It
Overdue
doesn't have the same dragon motif that the Coral Guard armor does. But it's kind of like, again, like a deep green, and you see like along the collar of it, basically like right at the joinery points, you can see these very faint, small arcane runes.
Okay.
If you are going to fight a lich, I think that may help.
You sure? I mean,
Been carrying that around for a very long time.
okay.
Belonged to a friend of mine. Treat it well.
What was her name?
Tia.
I'll put it to use. Be safe.
You as well, Flynn.
We need like a cool saying or something.
It's something we could workshop.
Yeah. With the whole restructure, that'll be something on the list. All right, well, bye.
Some cool greeting of the Iron Light
May
Collective.
the light.
They just steal it.
Yeah.
May the iron light
may the
reflect
iron
your
light-
eyes.
Oh my God. No.
I need it. I need it.
Amazing.
And on that note, I will head back to
The swaying bow?
swaying bow. Yeah.
All right, cool. As we come over to the three
Okay.
of you. So I
So-
imagine you made some plans.
Okay, so we are gonna
The
purchase.
three of us have put
Yeah.
our heads together, and like in the middle of the store,
Yeah.
we've just jumped out.
Yeah, it's just on the.
Amazing.
Almost just
fucking
counting.
piles
I'm
of
just,
money.
I'm just like counting.
Oh my God.
Well, no,
dude.
like we're not putting it out on the floor. 'Cause
Okay.
We know
That's
that.
hilarious.
Alma
You're
knows that
surrounded
you
around
don't
the
just.
floor. You're like
Alma knows
together.
you don't just put money on the ground, okay?
I'm doing that.
And
That's
I'm
how
putting
I
it
am.
back in your bag.
I'm
taking your
My
bag.
headcanon is it's all on the
I
ground.
love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm like counting. Okay, so we
Amazing.
are going to purchase the pair of sending stones.
Okay.
The the staff of healing.
Ooh, all right.
We're gonna purchase 3 potions of fire breath, 2 potions of heroism, and 2 potions of speed.
Oh,
So
shit.
total, this is 16,610 gold pieces.
Okay.
And we are all putting this money together.
Okay.
Shane is using 12,759 gold.
12,300.
I love it. So
Yep,
fire breath,
12,329.
speed, and what was the other one?
Fire breath.
speed, heroism.
Okay, fire breath, speed, and hero is just I'm making sure to cross off my inventory here.
Yeah, the potions are fire breath, speed, and
Are
heroism.
you buying
Okay.
2, 2, 2, or 1, 1, 1?
Buying all of it.
All of
All of them.
So
3 fire
three
breath,
fire
2
breath, 2
heroism,
heroism,
two
and
Fight a
speed.
lich. We gotta.
Yeah, you guys are
That's awesome.
gearing up, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I have sending stones, staff of healing, fire breath, heroism, speed.
So Shane is using 12,329 gold.
Copy.
He is using all of his gold.
All of the gold.
Literally
Rodney is using all of
all
his
of it.
gold, 430 gold.
435 gone.
Burning
I
a
just
hole
put
in that
430.
pot.
Just put 430. But
Oh,
you have 5
I got
gold
5.
left. Because that's what I already put down in the math.
Give flat
And
math.
I am spending the remaining,
I
which
know.
is 3,851 gold.
Okay.
Now, I don't
should've thought
actually know.
about
So that's 385 gold platinum pieces
Uh-huh.
for me. Everybody else just clears their stuff, but I'm going to.
Okay.
So
3,008. Yeah, 385 platinum would be 3,850. gold.
385. Remove.
Just add a 0 always, basically.
Nice.
All right, so everybody's squared up on their inventory.
So inventory should be squared up. Money should be squared up. I will hand Did you wanted the fire breath potions, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna hand you the fire breath potions.
I would
Um,
take at least one of the potions of speed.
I'm gonna give you a potion of speed.
Okay.
The other potion is for Flinny Boy when we
Cool.
get back to him.
Mhm.
Just put down in your inventory so I don't have to keep track. So you have a potion of speed.
You gave me what?
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you
Yeah,
later.
let's do it when I
Yeah,
get
we
there. I don't
can do
want
it.
to.
For you at least, but for these guys,
Yeah.
you have the cloak,
The staff.
the staff. Sorry, staff
Staff.
of healing.
Go ahead and add this. Should be findable in D&D Beyond.
Okay.
It's a. I think.
Really?
If not, I'll make it.
And I'll
Yeah.
just pocket the sending stones, I guess. Like I don't really know what to do with them.
Well,
so.
we should have. You should have one, and Flynn should have one. I think.
Yeah, we'll hand them out when I get
But yeah,
back.
we
I
can
think
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
but I'll pocket one because you have message and you have sending.
Exactly.
So
Ah, right.
Mhm.
That's
now
fine.
if we have sending stones, we can
All right.
do something. We can
Love
coordinate.
Mhm.
Cool. Does anyone else want anything else?
I
Right.
can't.
So much magic.
I got nothing.
I know, but I got money. So like,
Yeah.
do we want anything else? We good?
No, we're good.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you so much. It was a
Thanks,
pleasure doing
Husband.
business with you.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you so much for being such generous patrons.
With any luck, we'll come back with some things to sell to you.
I should very much hope so.
I would like to also. This is just a question for you.
Mhm.
I don't know if I can buy these here or if
Yeah.
I should just forage when we're in the desert. I
Mhm.
should just forage when we're in the desert, or
Oh, that's right. You wanted to look for
Potion
some potion
ingredients?
stuff. Okay. Yeah.
I just need ingredients, but I can list them out to you. If
You had a kit or something already,
Yeah.
right? You bought one, I think, last.
I have a kit, yes. So the ingredients that I specifically wanted were I want some mandrake root.
Yep.
I want some milkweed seed, and I want some dried ephedra.
After you guys are done,
Mhm.
Crystalline Vault, you guys head down to the Green Ring, actually. After asking around a little bit, particularly Elsavan, she tells you, best apothecary in the Green Ring is Arvant. He's on the eastern side. Go see him.
Okay.
He should have what you need. You guys head down to the Green Ring after finishing your business at the Crystal Vault, and you enter into the Everhollow Hills district on the eastern side of the Green Ring. And you see, like this sort of squat hill. It's got a big tree growing above it. And you enter into this establishment, this shop. It smells like you immediately, right? Just herbs and spices and everything. And you see this tall, very thin human man with this kind of crazy curly hair that goes up in this nice bush above the head. And you are able to procure 5 wild sage root for 10 gold pieces each.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. 50 gold for wild sage root. You get 5 of them. 3 dried ephedra for 20 gold pieces each, if you want them.
How many?
3.
For 20 a piece?
20 a piece, so 60.
60.
Mhm.
Gold pieces for milkweed, ephedra.
Dried ephedra. You're able to find 1 milkweed seed, or 1, like, draft of it, I suppose, or bushel, whatever. Well, what would be the words for a brace, a bushel?
Bushel
a dose,
sounds right.
a dose.
Of
There
One
it is.
dose, yeah.
Like
How
the
much?
seeds, 30 gold
Pouch.
pieces.
Yeah.
1 pouch of seeds, enough to effectively make or
Right.
improve 1 potion.
Yeah.
And that's 30 gold pieces for the milkweed seeds.
Pod.
There's also, if you should so choose, 2 Genko brushes here, or Genko bushes.
Yes.
Hmm.
All right. There's 2 of them, and there's 25. Ah, yes. Well, thank you very much for coming. I've absolutely adored having you in here. It's always good to see the young ones getting along in the potion craft.
Yeah, I love it.
Does she need any sort of gloves or eyewear to
I have
Of course, yes. Personal protection equipment is very important for the process of making potions. Of course, yes.
And that's in the kit, Helma. You have that.
I think so. I just got the kit.
I should have some spares around here. like goes off and
Because I bought a kit. I bought a potion kit at
Yeah,
the
you
last. So, yeah.
like it goes,
Yeah,
like
more.
gets you like some like it's like when goggles are kind of like worn out, the elastic is a little worn. So he gives you like an old set of goggles and like some nice leather gloves and things like that. Some as just like he's like
It's never bad to have doubles.
Yeah.
Helma. You can just,
Okay.
you
2
might
is
have
1
lost
and
them.
1 is none. And he gives you some old potion making equipment. It's been a real pleasure to have you here, dear.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And the 2 of you as well. Very, very nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Again, my name is Arvant. If you should ever have need, come on back.
And where are the agents all for repair?
I quite like that name.
Hopefully
you.
you'll hear it again. And
Looking forward to it.
give a polite nod and lead out the door.
And do I need? A lot of these just say potions to cost the cost of 25 gold pieces. Will we square that up as I make
Yeah.
the potions?
Yeah, we'll square it all up when we make the potions. It's like what goes in there. I need to do a little bit more work on.
No,
Oh, no,
it's
no.
cool. I just want to make sure because if we're traveling, it's like, can I procure? Like,
Yeah.
How does the cost work? But
Right.
we'll
Yeah.
talk
Well,
about it.
you have enough. Here's what I will say. You get enough. Like, how much gold do you want to spend? Because he has plenty of the base ingredients for potions, like the ruby dust and stuff like that. So, how much would you like to spend?
Well, because
do
each
you have?
potion potentially costs 25 gold
25 for a
pieces.
basic, and then they go up. So, basic costs 25, and then it kind of goes up from there. Let
Yeah.
me double check here. What am I doing?
Yeah, so it's 25, and then it's 100 for uncommon, 1,000 for rare, and then
Hmm.
10,000 for very rare.
Right.
So I guess I'll spend 1,000 gold
1,000 gold?
pieces on because we're gonna be traveling for a
Yeah,
while.
you guys are gonna be traveling. You may be able to find some stuff, may not.
Yeah, so I want to also spend 1,000 gold pieces on, and that's enough to make.
Yeah.
Depending on the rarity.
A ton of normals, one really good one.
Yeah.
Again, I'll probably honestly revisit the costs because some of those seem a little bit steep. It's been a while since
Yeah.
I've looked at this document, so
Sure,
and
but at
I
least
wanna-
we know that
but yeah,
I have spent.
you have
I have
$1,000
$1,000 worth
Perfect.
of 1,000 gold pieces worth
Yeah.
of potion ingredients.
Ingredients, and then all of those herbs that you can use to augment them based on the
Mhm.
harvesting
Cool.
guide. So,
And I will do the math of
Yeah.
what that.
and yeah, you walk out with
I
there's,
have
like,
plenty- I have
huge
plenty-
bags of
So
stuff.
just so that I think I have plenty gold. So I've got 9,000 gold. So I
You're
think
good.
we're fine.
Yeah, you're square. Awesome. All right.
No, I have to remove stuff.
Oh,
but
cool.
yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, you're able to procure all of your ingredients
I love it. Yeah.
in Avance Apothecary.
I love him
And
so much.
you're
All right, we got it.
bye now. And you're able to grab everything you need, which after the travel time and the perusing and everything else, puts you guys at about the same time frame as Flynn wrapping up his training. On the way back to the Swaying Bow, Seeker,
Yeah.
your scroll goes gold.
Oh, Seeker, your scroll,
Huh?
your scroll.
What's going on? Oh.
Seeker, your scroll.
Okay.
Scroll.
Yep. I open it up.
All right. As you look, you read. Seeker, fantastic news. Our forces to the east have discovered the magical item that has allowed for the Drow to fight in the darkness. It has been destroyed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Our forces are driving them back. They are retreating. We haven't won the day, and it has come at a cost. But because of you and your friends, it is much less. I will tell you more as I learn more.
Great
Saran.
news. The
And sign Saran.
they found the device that the Drow were using to block out the sun, and so they are making progress.
That's grand.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
It's
So then the Drow can't fight.
not very well, no.
No,
Oh wow.
they have quite a bit of trouble, as you've noticed with now saying.
You guys did so good.
What do you mean? We all did.
We did good.
Yeah. Us guys did so good.
Us,
We did.
us, yeah,
That's right.
us guys, yeah.
It's nice to know that, we have influence in high places now.
And to get good news like that.
Maybe it's like if you get good news before going on a really dangerous mission, everything's gonna be okay.
It'll be easy.
Yeah, it's like good things are happening,
Mhm.
so they're just gonna continue to happen.
Can go no other way.
Well, I wouldn't rule out the necessary wariness. But yes, by all means, we should take this as a good sign.
Okay, I will.
Just, the waste, alleged. These are pretty
but
terrifying things.
Look at us, two
An
fellow
army
high
of drow.
priests.
An army of drow.
We
Well, yes.
So, I mean,
Eh,
defeated like that. Pa, pa. Kapoo.
well, not quite a kapoo. I would use a few more syllables, at least.
Kapoo.
Yes, sounds a little more accurate. Oh no.
Oh, the simplicity of just like thinking, yeah, it's totally good. Oh, I love it.
Just pat her on the shoulder.
yeah. Well, let's get back. Maybe
Yeah.
Flynn will be there waiting.
Oh yeah,
And
I have a potion for him.
Is there
And also that little thing that we got for him, the little crystal. He'll probably like that.
right the stone?
oh yeah,
I
He's
think
got some
that'll
presents
go
for
a
him.
long
that'll be
way
nice
for
for
him.
him.
Also, we have to tell him that he can sell his necklace and like become rich.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we should. I mean, we went to a great deal of trouble to get those necklaces, so it's good
Yeah,
that
but
we
he
get some
doesn't
money
need it.
from it. No, I agree. We sold ours.
Okay.
Is there anything we should know about this Walker? You had
Oh,
more
Kira.
right
Well, maybe we should include
than that.
Flynn on that.
Oh, that's a good
So
point.
let's go back and maybe he said.
I'm just afraid that they'll be around the corner or something. They wanted to
possible.
meet us.
No,
at
it's
sundown.
very possible that they tracking us. But I don't mind telling.
Well, it's not quite sundown just yet, so maybe
Right.
we'll be.
No, I know.
We have some
Let's
time.
let's go.
Yeah, we'll get Flynn.
Proceed.
All right, you guys proceed back to the swing.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a whole assortment of new stuff in it. I love
Jingle,
the
jingle,
image
jingle,
of you guys
jingle.
like coming with like just bags of stuff.
It's like
Just bags of stuff.
staff hanging out.
Yeah.
Right?
Like
So much stuff.
stones.
So many
Yeah.
bags of ingredients.
Lots
Yeah.
of potions.
Kelly's got a whole
like,
new swag.
do.
Like he looks totally. He got a staff and a cloak. like-
yeah.
yeah, you got
Yeah.
this sweet
I'm
knife
just like,
on the
yeah,
on
I'm
your.
like playing with a dagger.
Yeah, freaking crazy, man.
We got like jingling
Yeah, and then
potions
almost
all
just
over
like
me.
got, yeah, little brown packages just like all over the place. But you guys make your way back and eventually through the swaying bow find your way up to the room, and Flynn is where's Flynn when they arrive? Is he in the common room or is he up in the?
This is our like little treehouse.
This is the inn, the treehouse. Yeah.
I'm probably just chilling on the balcony, just hanging out, sipping on some tea.
All right, cool.
Flynn,
Brewed
you
some tea.
missed so much.
What'd you guys get into? Also, this tea is not good. Don't drink it. It's cold. It was just sitting on the table. Anyway, what'd you get?
Oh my God, we got so many things. You missed a great shopping day. Oh my gosh, the stores here are so cool.
They're very good.
I think you would have been very glad to see it. So we'll have to come back. Actually, I mean, maybe you can stop by.
Yeah, I was
the
kind of
moment
thinking
before
about
we leave.
that.
You gotta sell your necklace.
Wait, what?
You're gonna get so much money
Those
for it.
ones
Did
that
we get
we-
like 10,000 gold pieces?
Lot
Like how
of
much
money.
gold did
It
we get? Like
was
8,000 or
something like
something?
that,
It was
yes.
crazy. It was
That's
so
wild.
much gold.
Okay, well, do we
You
have
guys-
time? And I'll like kind of look out
I mean,
at the
you
sky.
could you're gonna have to run, but maybe there's some
I
time.
did so much work today.
Well,
Ugh.
you should
You're
have come with us.
Well, no, I
and
mean it's good. I
also,
learned
we got you some fun things. So here, Kellic bought you a crystal.
I tossed the stone over to Flynn.
Yeah.
That'll, well, don't quite understand how the magic works, but enhance your intellectual abilities. I think it'll help with your magic.
I just put it in my pocket, or
I don't know. I think once you attune to it, it can float.
Maybe Seeker can investigate it or
I could,
something
Oh,
and tell you
could you do
exactly how to do it. But we got more stuff first. Okay,
Oh,
and
okay.
here's and I throw a rock at your head. That is a stone of sending. So you can do what Kellic does when he talks to people. So I don't know how many times though. I
Well,
don't really know how.
they're coordinated, so the two stones talk
Oh,
to
is
each other.
that
Yeah.
how it works?
Like,
these
yeah.
two stones?
My stone. No, this stone.
Oh,
No, not the. Yes, that one. That one is for your brain.
Lots of rocks and stuff.
And I-
You get a bunch of rocks.
I promise you, they're real.
And
Okay,
I open and I bring the sending
great.
stone up to my mouth and I turn around, turn my back to Flynn. I say, "Hi, Flynn."
I'll hold it up.
Yeah, as you use your action to cast sending from the stone, and you hear in your mind,
Oh.
right? Like you hear, it's weird because it's like again that like that milliseconds of delay between her saying it and just the magic, the
Okay.
weave being able to communicate it. But you hear it in your mind as well. Much
So
like
they
you
only
do with
send to
Kelly.
each other, or can they send to?
Sending stones, they come in pairs. And while you touch one stone, you can use an action to cast a sending spell from it. The target is the bearer of the other stone.
That makes sense.
So it's real. And then also here, and I throw up.
rock.
No, I throw a vial at your head.
Oh. I'll catch the
Yeah, like put it in his arm.
Yeah, right.
That's gonna be like what Thessaly used. It's like a potion that'll make you really fast and be
Okay.
able to do a lot of things really fast.
Oh, that's good.
Handy.
Yeah. So not just rocks.
No,
No,
Good.
just mostly rocks.
It doesn't come with the tremendous cost of the spell that I often use at the end,
Oh.
which is it makes you very tired.
Okay. That's great. Yeah. Here, Seeker, if you want to take a look at this, I guess I'll run to the. Should I take the potion to run to the store, or
No,
I don't think
no,
that'd
you
be
should
necessary.
wait for that.
save it for the fight?
Save it for
Right.
a
the
big
lit.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not now.
We have a lot of other potions that I got, but
We can talk about it on the ride. I'm sure it'll be. But good job, guys.
yeah, what would you do without us?
I don't know.
Also, you owe me like 800 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, I go sell this thing, I guess, and then.
Also, wait.
Oh,
how
you
much
owe
was the
me,
crystal? The crystal
a
was a
few
lot.
too.
The
Wait,
crystal
I
was a
gave you
lot.
like 100 platinum though.
Wasn't
Oh.
enough.
For the,
You used it all?
Yes.
you gave him 100 platinum.
no, we spent a lot
Yeah.
of money today.
We spent a lot of money.
Okay.
But
I mean, well,
the stone is a gift.
it's worth it though. I mean, yeah, and I'll go sell this and see if
As far
there's
as I'm
anything worth.
concerned, my money is your money.
Yeah, I'll give you
Is
guys
that-
back some money.
You owe me 800
Did you
gold
really give me
pieces.
100? You gave me 100 platinum? I thought you gave me like
Yeah.
100 gold.
No, 100 platinum.
that
all
comes out in a wash.
I have more apparently.
Yeah, I gave you 100 platinum.
But you bought something that was a couple thousand.
I think you
maybe
bought
I
something
bought
with
it at the.
Well, I think
Yeah.
you bought
there I
the
used it,
gem.
but-
You used most of it for the gem.
We
Yeah,
used
yeah.
most of it for the
Oh,
gem.
yeah,
for the
Because the
intellect
gem
gem.
of it, but 100 platinum is
Thousand.
gold.
Yeah, I
And
gave
and
you
it was
100.
a couple thousand
It was
for
a couple
the.
It was
Yeah.
3,000.
It was 3,000. So yeah,
the
it was
stone
definitely.
collect.
So yeah,
Yeah.
So it's
technically a couple more thousand.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm role playing.
Yeah. We will.
What's that?
I don't know what that is. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, yeah. Here, so you can take a look at this.
Mhm.
Love that I can have almost voice in my head all the time now. That's great. So I'll hold
Pretty
on to
cool.
this. Okay.
Tell us if you run into any issues.
Yeah.
That's honestly good. I'll keep it. I'll put it in
Don't
my
want
pocket.
to have someone pulling you out of the floor.
Yeah, sorry
a
about
cop.
that.
You get into a fight.
Well, if it's any consolation, I basically like I've gotten a handle back on my magic. So.
Oh, that's great.
Hey, good job.
Did you not have a handle on it?
I was just, dealing with some stuff. But
Okay.
I was worried about it. Wanted to make sure everything was all in the up and up. And that's where I was. I was spending a few hours. So I found a sentinel. Actually has a hand like me, like the tattoos and everything, like all the way up their arm.
Cool.
That's a track for here.
Yeah.
City of Magic and all that.
Yeah. Anyway, they taught me some stuff, so hopefully it'll come in handy.
Good.
Cool.
But yeah, I'll be back. Let me know what that thing does.
Mm-hmm.
And then we gotta go. So speedy.
Yeah, fast.
Okay.
Kira, we have to go.
All right.
Cool.
Walk
And
back.
I will. I'll head out. I'll give him the intellect thing to figure out how it works, and then I will book it to the store. I don't know. I'll,
You follow the directions of the group
sure,
to
I'll
go to
just
the
go to the one that they
crystalline
went
vault.
to.
And yeah, you're able to sell it for the same. It's 15,000 gold.
15,000?
Crazy.
15, yeah.
Okay, let me just
You're
write
able to
that
get
down.
15,000 gold
So
for
I'll
your
add it.
amulet of detection. Proof
And then
against your amulet of proof against detection and location.
gold.
So-
Hold on, let me just
It's
add
the
this.
most ill-named magic item
Why?
in the DM.
Why you gotta do it like
Yeah.
that?
15,000.
15,000 gold.
A lot of money.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
So then I'll sell that, and I'll
There's
do
30,000 for 2. So
I'll do a quick scan. You said there was a ring of the ram and a magic detection wand.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that was there? Or was that like the basic stuff? There was some
I have
staffs,
a
but
list.
those
It's
are
on
all
the-
attunement.
Yeah.
So the only things that weren't attunement were like the magic.
the wand of
right?
magic detection is the only thing that wasn't attunement.
Okay,
and that's
so if I-
1,500 gold.
If I could, I'll pick that up. I feel like we might as well have
Sure.
a way to just detect magic while
Sure,
we're
yeah.
in
Yeah,
this
go for it.
spot. So I'll grab that.
yeah,
that was
3. It has 3 charges. It can be used to
charges
cast
or
detect
whatever.
magic 3 times a day.
15. So I'll do minus
Minus 1,500.
minus 1,500. 1,500. Okay.
There's a potion of mind reading left and
Hold on.
2 potions of growth left.
Yeah.
Plus. I don't know what the hell that
Potion
was.
of growth.
Minus
Growth.
1,500.
Growth.
equals- Okay, that's right. Potion of growth. Is that like?
It casts enlarge on you.
And what was the thing you said before?
Hey, you
Mind
can be
reading.
big.
Mind reading. That's detect thoughts.
How much is that?
180 gold.
I'll buy
Get it.
that. That's
Sure.
180 gold. That's not bad.
Yeah.
180. Oh wait, minus 180.
Add to inventory. Subtract
The
gold.
more important part I need to do.
Dude, it's so
Plus
hard.
magic.
Yeah.
Wand.
But yeah, you're able to grab all of that stuff. And
that was it, right?
That's,
The
yeah, that's
Nona
everything
potion.
that's non-attunement in here.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome. And yeah, you're able to make it back. It takes you like an hour to go and do that stuff. Is anybody, I mean, are you guys going to be doing anything during that time? Just
Make a new pot of tea.
I mean,
okay.
Hey.
I'll
Make a
Now-
pot of tea.
I just toss the cold. Just,
Right over the
why
edge.
would you drink this?
do.
Brew a new bit.
We can wait till Frank comes back. No, I'm good.
All right.
No, what did you want to say?
I was gonna say I could start to answer your question, but we were
Yeah,
gonna
we
wait
were
for
gonna wait
Flynn,
for Flynn
and
either
then
way,
we sent
so-
Flynn off.
You're
So I
doing.
was like,
How long does Identify take?
10 minutes.
Oh, I thought it was an hour.
like
Okay.
Alright, cool.
11 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm putting my for the hour I'll be putting my potions into my ingredients, like storing them safely
Cool.
in the kit.
All right.
Cool.
Awesome. So yeah, you spend the hour kind of getting organized with all your little things and putting all the bits and bobs in all the right places. And Flynn, you return as you're now probably like, I mean, it's starting to get like the sun is setting, starting to get to that time of day. And you all kind of gather around. And as you're waiting, the sun begins to set and the temperature begins to cool off. And Seeker, your scroll goes gold one more time.
Oof.
all right, guys, look.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh
Look.
wow.
twice in
That's
one
the first
day.
time you've actually noticed it.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, man.
Seeker, I'm writing to you with news, and I hope you can allay my fears. Salix Gwyn has not been seen or heard from since something after yesterday morning, and despite exhaustive attempts to find him, he remains unfound. Have you heard from him or know anything about his whereabouts? I have few enough people I know I can trust around me, and I count him among them. Is he with you? And if so, I would very much like for him to return. If he is not, advise me. I have resources ready to deploy to find him. The First Blades. I hope this is an indication of how important this is. Queen Isolde.
Good news, it's from the queen. So she wrote me a letter. Bad news, Salix is missing. And I want to find Tess's eye.
She's standing right there.
Um,
They're standing right there.
he's gone missing, and
And their face, like, falls.
No word. Didn't say where he was going.
Ajungis. And I'll cast sending
Okay.
to Salix.
Okay.
Nice.
Salix, here you've gone missing. I hope you're just taking some well-deserved time off. Please respond. Please. And I will cast a worried look up to Tess.
And they reach out and they're holding your hand. Like they hold your arm.
We love you.
There is no response. But you know that there's a difference between someone whose thread is unavailable
Yeah.
versus someone who is unable to respond for one reason or another. And you have confirmation he's at least alive,
Mhm.
wherever he is,
Mm-hmm.
but he does not respond.
Do you think he went into the cave?
In the behind the
in
shelf.
the office, and they say I don't know if he
Or
told.
if something came out of the cave.
And got him?
Was he still using that office?
We didn't tell anybody that it was there.
If I were him, I would want to know what was going on down there.
He
No
said,
one knows to look for him there.
he said he would take care of it too.
But the message reached, right? He's okay. He's alive. At
I
least.
was able to find his thread. He's alive.
I'm sure he's okay.
He's unresponsive. Even when you're asleep, it'll reach you usually, and they can respond.
And Thessaly grabs your arm. He's the only family I have left.
Hi. You can go. I know this doesn't mean much to you, but you have Famir's blessing.
And they smile painfully. Hero won't wait. And I know you all have to go to the wastes.
Maybe we can talk to him.
No. We can do this. You have to go find him. He's what you have left.
But you have to send word. Let us know when you find him.
I'll be reaching out.
Keep that ring on.
And they raise their hand and they have the silver ring on their hand.
We'll know. We'll come.
Sounds like I might be able to get some help while I'm there.
Aye, the queen
The
will
queen
be at
said,
your disposal.
The queen
so
said they would send the first blades.
Dizzy can help you.
Well, that'll make me feel better if I don't have you.
This is dreadful.
I'm so sorry.
Please, this was an inevitable fact of us being as strong as we are. That we're going to have to spread our strength around. I'm gonna miss you so much.
Be back. I'll find him.
Aye. And we'll see you then.
I'll find Saran. Will he be able to get me there?
If not someone he knows, it's the
Yeah.
magical city. It's the,
Yeah.
We can send a message to him or something, right? Do you have a pen?
Well, we gotta send a message to the queen to let her know you're coming.
Or if we can,
we have to go into the waste
We have to
tonight.
go.
I don't.
we can. I'll look for the bell. Ring.
Yeah.
Oh.
I would. One time.
Okay. You ring it one time. And
I can learn.
Yeah. And a short time later,
Proud.
There it is.
and the same elvish woman that you spoke to earlier today arrives and hands folded. Yes, what can I do for you?
I need to get a message to Saran as quickly as possible. Can you help?
Of course. Yes, what is the message?
Dire situation. We need transport. Yeah.
Access to a circle. We need Tesla here needs to get to Steelgate.
As quickly as possible.
Very well. I'll send word ahead. And that you'll be, and she turns to Thessaly and looks at them, that you'll be arriving shortly. And Thessaly just quietly nods. Very well. He'll likely send an escort to get you into Tialra's tower, which is where Saran, as I understand it, spends most of his time. Someone should be along. They'll meet you. And Thessaly nods. Again, they're very quiet. And that woman turns and it disappears down the hallway.
Salix is very strong. He'll be okay. But you'll find him. You have stuff that belongs to him, and you helped us find lots of people before. So, you're good at that. This is something you can do.
Thank you, Olma. I'll find him.
And then once you find him, you can help us kill a lich. So,
And save the world.
You've got Famir's blessing, and you are wearing some of Laris's magic.
Fenris probably by this point, right?
You've
Yeah,
got
with the
those-
swords.
I think I've got her blessing.
Yeah.
He reaches up and pats the handles of her swords.
We have gods on our side.
we'll keep you updated with everything that's happening.
Aye.
And we'll all stay alive, and you'll stay alive, and we have our rings.
Reaches up again and holds the ring. This is so strange.
Yeah, it is pretty sudden.
I don't want to belabor it. I'll see you soon. I'll be back, and I'll find Salix, and he'll be fine, and we'll all laugh about this when it's done.
Mhm.
When it's done.
Eldra wants to go with you. Because when you're done, you can send her back. She can find me.
I'll take her.
And she can keep you from doing dumb stuff.
As I recall, I'm not the one who does the dumb
Whoa,
stuff.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. Always you.
Thank you, Taka.
She'll keep your left.
And she hugs you.
Big hug.
And they hug you. And they hug you.
I'm digging through my souvenir pouch.
Yeah.
I can give you some flower petals or like an acorn or something. I don't know if I don't really have. We just bought all this stuff and like.
Flynn. Give it to me when I get back.
Okay, just come back, yeah.
And she hugs you.
Bring dirt for Hayfried.
And, doesn't say anything. Just puts her hand on your shoulder. Puts her hand on your shoulder. Squeezes. And then turns to you, Kellic. Steps up. Grabs your hands. Pulls you into a hug.
I'm like cold. Like the stiffness has returned.
Mhm.
You know? And I like put my arms around them. We'll leave it for now so that Salix recognizes you. But when you come back, I'm gonna heal that scar. If you're okay with it.
You've already healed the others. So we'll call this the last one. Look after them.
I will.
Especially Oma. And Flynn.
Promise. Stands a toast.
I love you too.
And I will pull them into a kiss. And I will as we pull in, I will thrive in here. And as we kiss, I will cast Death Ward.
Okay.
On them.
And they feel the magic go over them. They squeeze your hand. I'll be back.
There are no forces in this universe, except maybe Alma, who are as stubborn as you are. So I know you will.
It's true.
Very true. Good luck, all of you. Careful. Watch out for each other. Reaches up, puts her hand on your face. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Thessaly turns, exits the door, stops briefly before squaring her shoulders, standing up straight. And you hear as her footfalls descend down the hallway till you don't hear them anymore.
When we stop hearing the footfalls, I'm gonna step up next to Calic and just hold his hand.
Usually so good at finding words, Alma.
Some moments are okay in silence.
Suppose this is one of those.
I just squeeze his hand.
And I'll just like pull from Alma's hand and I'll put my arm on her shoulder and I'll just, like pull her into my waist and just squeeze her like a great deal.
Okay.
Yeah, I walk over to Seeker and just kind of look at the door.
Okay. Short time later, you hear footsteps coming down the hallway. Softer, not as heavy. And a knock at the door comes. As the sun has finally set below the horizon.
Seeker, I think that one's for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're not allowed to know. Good kid. I brought him into a tough life. From a tough life. And they're probably not very happy with me. They're not happy with me.
That was evident.
I think a lot of people are happy with you.
Yeah.
I'm happy with you.
Thank you.
And we have a lot of time to change their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you can sort it out.
Oh, right. And
Amidst
I'm
the
not
horrid
talking
conditions.
to them. I'm not talking to them.
Okay.
So you can sort it out.
But
We'll
that-
all support you in our own ways, Seeker.
Thank you.
You probably should get the door, though.
I'll get the door.
I'll just,
standing out
I'll
there
just
waiting.
leave her.
She can wait.
As you open the door, you see hood up, a beautiful cloak sort of draped over that same similar cloak that makes her blend into the background, actually, as you saw amongst some of the more elite servants of the government here within Westreach. The same, similar to the escorts around Saran.
Got it.
As Kira stands in the doorway. Time to go.
Put my hood up. Look back. You ready?
Like, carefully pull my hood up.
Hood up.
Oh, we're putting hoods up? I'll put my hood up.
I'm not going to put my hood up.
All the putters have disappeared.
But I'll run over to the kitchen. I'll grab some of the tea that Calic was brewing. I just want to...
All right.
Oh, yeah, because we have...
Yeah, you guys
We
got
had
Probably
it.
not
Well,
coming
we
back.
had it,
Yeah, you guys all have your tea. You have
It's old now.
what was it? D4 to initiative rolls or some such. But as you guys depart the swaying bow,
With hoods up.
With hoods up,
Mostly.
walking down the hallway. We will return there next time as you make your way out of Westreach and into the wastes.
Into the wastes.
Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did. We'll see you next time. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
Hey, nerds. Seth here. If you're enjoying Venture Forth, please like, follow, and subscribe on whatever platform you're using, and make sure to tell all your friends, all of them, like every one of them. If you're interested in going the extra mile, of course, you can check out our Patreon. The link is always in our description. You can support the show there. We are so grateful for our patrons. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. And if you're interested in becoming one and, helping us do the thing, then you can head on over there. And of course, you get access to some really cool bonus exclusive content that is only available to our patrons. So anywho, check it out. Thank you so much. Bye, nerds.